it's Claire from ScrappyNerdUK and I am up today on the UK Scrap Addicts Creative Team. So this layout is based on a sketch, and we had one or two sketches to choose between, and I went with a single page sketch. I don't tend to do double page sketches. I don't tend to do double page layouts even. Now this is attempt number 2. My first attempt, unfortunately only half of the video recorded, so I was a little bit gutted because I really like that layout, but I've chosen to use the same method on this. Now I just had a thought about doing strips of mists, and I thought, how can I do it without it sort of overlapping each other? And I thought just a strip of card. So I just cut down some white card. I'm using Basil Marshmallow cardstock on this because of the mist going down. I don't want my paper to buckle, so I'm just using, first of all, that was Tattered Rose Distress Ink from Tim Holtz, and then I'm coming in with some gold Heidi Shine and just mopping up the excess. And mopping up the excess on the splodges as well. And then I decided to go in with another line of the Tattered Rose. Now you can see to the left, on the far left, it's picked up some of that gold Heidi Swap colour shine, but I'm not too worried. To be honest, the whole effect that I was going for on this was the clean lines between the mists. So I'm just adding some splatters at the top, and I'm not too sure why, but that Tattered Rose does not like to leave very good splatters, as it were. So again, just coming in with a bit more gold at the top in the pink areas and a bit more pink in the gold area. So I'm just going to put that to one side to dry. So the sketch called for a square photo, 4x4, it said in the sketch, but if I took this one down to a 4x4, then I'd end up cutting probably half my husband's head off. So it ended up at about 4x4.5, I think it was, so it's near on square. And I'm using the Oasis collection for this layout, and just going through the paper pad there and just deciding what I wanted to use. And I didn't want to sway too much from the colours in the background, so I wanted it to keep it very simple, very neutral colours. So I started off with this pineapple paper. I'm going to have no other reason to use this paper other than backing a photo. So I do just that to create my first layer. And then next I move on to the big 12x12. Apologies, I can't recall the name of this paper. It's the one with the circles that are split down into lines. So I'm just creating my next layer, and I'm pretty much following the sketch on the layers. To be honest with you, I just found that bit that I just cut down, there was too much white space to the right. So I'm just going with another section, so it's pulling some of the pink and some of the gold from that paper behind the photo. So I'm just going to layer that one to the right hand side, and then just choosing my third layer, and I'm just going to use this black and white wavy pattern, and this one's going to go to the left of the photo, and I'm just cutting that one down. And just checking that I'm happy with how that sits on my behind the photo, making sure I'm happy with the layers there. And again, nice and easy, bit of glue, and that's the next layer done. And then the final layer, I wanted to introduce a bit more colour. So I'm just bringing, this is the only sort of busy pattern paper that I'm going to bring in. Apologies if you can hear the train going past. As I've said before, I do live next to a train track. I don't even notice it anymore, but I know that visitors that we get come around always say to me, does that not annoy you? But it doesn't I don't notice it. I've been living here for 10 years. I don't really notice it anymore. So apart from when you're sat in the garden having a barbecue and you're trying to talk to your friends, and then a train goes past and you're sat there for about, well, if it's a freight train, you're sat there for about 5 minutes waiting for it to pass, and you sat there in silence, just sort of giving each other the odd glance, very awkwardly. Anyway, enough about the trains going past. So that is the layers all complete, and next I'm just going through the ephemera pack, and that tag was made for this layout. So the sketch calls for a tag to be layered sideways behind the photo. However, that tag just sticks out far too much, and I want the LAX to come out. This photograph was actually taken in LA, so it was perfect to go with this. And I know the pink is a lot more pinker than the mist that I've gone with, but that doesn't bother me at all. So I'm just coming in. This is the last Cambridge doily that I've got. I need to get me some. I was actually gifted those, and I've been using them very sparingly. I do need to order some myself. So I've just bumped my photograph up on some just some fun foam. Is it called fun foam or craft foam? I have no idea. What do you guys know it as? Fun or craft foam? I think it's known as both in the UK. So next I just put some foam, double-sided foam tape on the back of the tag, again just to lift it up, to give it a bit of shadowing behind, and just some black and white twine through the tag, because every tag needs a bit of twine. And I just staple that to the to my background, so it doesn't go anywhere when I put it into the page protector when it goes in my album. And next I'm just going through the rest of the ephemera, and I've used the gold Heidi Swap Colour Shine, so I'm going to use these gold, I think you call them palm leaves, but gold leaves. And I found that vacation time, I don't know, vacation is an American term, but I was in America, so technically I can use that. And also, it's, when you say vacation, everybody knows what that means, regardless of whether you're American or not. So I did add the little die cut camera, but then I found a chipboard one on the chipboard sheet, so I thought I'd add that one instead, and that brings in the green colour as well from that busy patterned background paper. And just sticking these leaves down, just tucking them behind that doily, and then I'm just going to add the vacation time from the ephemera pack on top with some double-sided foam pads. And that's that bit done. And then next on to the sticker sheet to see what else I wanted to include. And I forgot I've got the puffy stickers as well. I didn't even pull them out to use on this. Or I did, I put them to one side and forgot about them. That's what normally happens when you've got far too much stash. So I just used this sticker that said Vacay. A couple of tiny word stickers from the bottom of the sheet. One that says good times, one that says just a little adventure. A couple of the little gold glitter hearts to the top left. Again, keeping the gold theme running throughout. And then I found this little circle sticker that says bright sunshine. And I just cut that down and tucked it behind the vacation time. And another tiny word sticker that says me and you, and I've just stuck that on the LAX tag as well. And then next I just pulled these enamel dots from my stash. The green and the pinks are perfect to match, so I'm just adding some to the cluster in the top left, the cluster on the right, and just making a small cluster underneath the photo. And this layout's pretty much done. So the last thing I'm going to do, because squiggly border, and I'm done. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And don't forget to head over to my channel, ScrappyNerdUK, for more of my layouts too. See you soon. Bye.